Welcome back to Talk the Walk with me, Sarah Wong. I'm with Tony Verb, co-founder of Carbonless Asia, here in Hong Kong. I'm in Hong Kong, he's in Budapest. Thank you very much, Tony, for joining us from Europe. Appreciate your time as always.
Thank you very much for having me, and in spirit, I'm still in Hong Kong, as you can tell.
Well, you heard about my conversation with Jill about your partnership, the Carbonless Asia's partnership with the MTR Corporation, in a bid to provide a green solution to public transport operator. Tell us what it's like to work with MTR Corporation.
If I had to give a very short answer, I would say it's tremendous. If I was about to break it down, as I will, it's still tremendous, but I need to raise my hat for MTR because they came forward as a pioneering, innovative, leading company in Hong Kong with an effort to decarbonize, to look for decarbonization-related technology solution providers, startups, to collaborate with to achieve their targets. And MTR is one of, if not the largest carbon emitter in Hong Kong. So their decarbonization strategy and actions will actually drive a lot of the targets or the achievements that Hong Kong has to go for.
Tell us more about the competition that you have with MTR Corporation. What are you looking for as an environmental organization? What are you looking for in these winning solutions?
We are first and foremost an investment platform. So we are looking for investable companies. And what makes an investable company? If their solutions are novel, make sense financially from a business sense, and they are scalable. We are not an early stage or an idea stage startup competition. This is a very serious, if you will, more like a business competition. We are looking for existing proven solutions, ideally market leaders in different markets that are not yet in Hong Kong, or our partner companies, in this case, MTR, is not yet working with these solutions. And we can very quickly deploy them because we need decarbonization technology solutions now and not in 10 years. The targets we need to achieve together are serious and they are looming over us. So we're looking for scalable solutions, proven solutions, great teams, companies that are able to work with corporations like MTR, and ideally companies that we can ultimately invest in.
So it's not only just on the technology and innovation level, but also on a significant, there has to be a significant business and economic environment in this team's solution that they provided for the competition. Now, then tell us who's the lucky team and what kind of solution that they put forward.
So instead of just going out there and look for the coolest and best companies, generally in the context of decarbonization and technology, what we do with, or what we did with MTR was coming together and identifying an area where MTR has a very clear decarbonization need, and they identified it already. And there are a couple of areas because, as Jill mentioned, MTR has been undertaking a very serious and comprehensive study covering their entire operations. So they had a very good idea what they had to do, what they wanted to do, and there were a couple of segments and a couple of directions we could take. But with our team, with our experts, we came together with the MTR core team that consisted sustainability and innovation team members, and identified that exact area for that exact solution area for which we were looking for a technology company to work with. And we screened over 100 growth stage startups and even mature technology solution providers from around the world. And after going through various stages of vetting and choosing, we had a semifinal with 4 companies. On top, eQuota Energy from China came out and winning. And right now there's a process going on to explore a potential collaboration between MTR and the company.
I see, I see. So you mentioned about there are entries from all around the world, including from mainland China and from North America. I was wondering,
Correct.
is there any difference in their like fundamental difference or in their approach from different regions? Because they may be shaped by their educational or their environment in addressing the climate issue in their respective countries or regions.
This is a very good question, but in this particular case, the founding team of eQuota Energy were all graduated in MIT, and the founder, Charlotte Wong, lived in the US for 20 years. So I think she is, and the team is in an amazing position to combine the best aspects of North American startup cultures and science, as well as the same from China, which are 2 totally different ecosystems, but equally produce tremendous technology solutions and great startups. So what's great about, I believe, eQuota Energy, and I must highlight that this was not part of the consideration. Ultimately, it was the result was based purely on business merit. But the fact that eQuota is in China, they know how to work in a Chinese environment, and obviously MTR has operations in China as well. So I do think that is always going to be a plus for a company that understands the Western way of operations, and also the Chinese, the mainland China way and environment and context to do business. And indeed, eQuota Energy does business from China all around the world. So it is a great company.
Okay, well, now let's turn to your organization, your platform, Carbonless Asia. I remember when I had you last time on here, when I asked you about when do you think that Asia can fully achieve decarbonization, we kind of both felt aghast at the statement. But seriously, in 2022, we marked into a new year. What bold initiatives are you rolling out to take us a step closer to that ultimate goal?
We are looking to launch our new challenge series in June this year with more companies, more partners like MTR from Hong Kong and from around Asia Pacific, and find more startup companies that we can ultimately invest in. We can facilitate more business partnerships. We can create more buzz around this space, because quite frankly, this is very important and very pressing in terms of an issue to decarbonize, but it's also a tremendous business opportunity for everyone, for investors and also for economies, if they actually tap into the potential of decarbonization related technologies and industries. So the race is on. 1.5 years ago, there were no countries apart from Bhutan that had a decarbonization, net zero, carbon neutral target. And now China, Hong Kong, Japan, South Korea, India, Thailand, Vietnam, Saudi Arabia are all going towards this goal. So we expect an awful lot of activity this year, because obviously these commitments need to translate and manifest in action. And we would like to be part of that action. We will be a small player, but we want to be there, be a significant partner for our future portfolio companies and for our partners like MTR.
That's very optimistic, and I feel good about it as well. On the last question that I want to ask you today, Tony, what would you suggest that on the individual levels, because you touched on corporation and government, what would you suggest that Hong Kongers, for example, can or should do to achieve decarbonization more effectively in tandem with the corporate and government levels?
Well, that's a very, very good question and leads very far. I will say something first, and this is not to basically redeem anyone from their duties to contribute to decarbonization, but as a matter of fact, only 5% of the decarbonization target that we have globally to achieve net zero by 2050 depends on behavior change, i.e. Only 5% depends on the actual consumers, and that's frankly why we are working first and foremost with big corporations, because companies like MTR, utility companies, property companies are the ones that most importantly influence the course of action and achieving these targets. However, when it comes to advocacy, activism, and putting pressure on these corporations, it all depends on the people, on Hong Kongers. So being aware of these decarbonization targets, being aware it is important, and voicing it out is crucially important to actually get these companies to do what they have to do.
I see. Well, thank you very much, Tony, for coming on the show again and sharing your expertise and wisdom with us. We appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.
Talk to What will return next Saturday. Stay with us.